Okay, let's get one thing straight. I've driven some crazy cars before, but nothing prepared me for this. The Yangwang U8, a massive luxury SUV from BYD's new ultra-premium brand. This thing has 4 electric motors, can do 360-degree tank turns, and apparently it can float on water if it gets flooded. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like a Range Rover met a Cybertruck and had a Chinese billionaire baby. But the real question is this just a gimmick? Or is the Yangwang U8 actually a serious luxury SUV that can compete with brands like Mercedes G-Class, Land Rover, BMW, or even an electric Hummer? Because this isn't some cheap EV, it costs over $150,000, making it one of the most expensive Chinese vehicles ever. So I spent time with the U8, testing it on-road, off-road, and honestly just trying to figure out what kind of monster this is. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the raw truth from the design, the tech, to how it actually feels to live with a 3.5-ton electric beast that can survive a flood. Buckle up, this is not your average EV review. Let's start with the looks, because the U8 is not subtle. It's huge, boxy, and looks like a high-tech tank. From the front, you get this massive X-shaped grille element with LED light bars, making it look like some kind of sci-fi military vehicle. I have to admit, it's kind of badass. People stare. Makes a G-Wagon look almost normal. The proportions are gigantic. 5.3 meters long, over 2 meters wide, massive wheels, and a side profile that looks like it was carved from a block of steel. There are sharp LED outlines, LiDAR sensors integrated into the roof, and even optional camera mirrors. It doesn't look cheap. It actually looks more expensive than a Range Rover at first glance. Personally, I love how unapologetic it is. It's not trying to be elegant, it's trying to intimidate, but some people might find it over-designed or too aggressive. The build quality of the exterior panels is surprisingly solid, though no cheap plastic vibes. I think BYD wants to send a message. China can now build a true luxury SUV that looks just as powerful as any European flagship. Step inside and you'll understand why this thing costs over 6 figures. The interior is legit luxury. Leather everywhere. Wood trim, ambient lighting, and not 1, not 2, but 3 massive screens across the dashboard. One for the driver, 1 huge center screen, and a passenger screen. Even the seats have mini screens on the side for controls. The seating position is high, commanding, but surprisingly comfortable. The seats can massage you, heat you, cool you, and even detect if you're getting sleepy. The back seats get almost the same level of luxury, tons of legroom, screens, climate zones, everything. If I compare it to a Mercedes GLS or Range Rover, the Yangwang U8 is honestly right up there in terms of wow factor. Maybe not as refined in every little detail, but the tech and comfort level is insane. The only downside? It's a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of touchscreens and settings. Feels like you're sitting inside a spaceship more than a car. But I've got to be honest, as a first impression, the interior blew me away. This is not some cheap Chinese copy. This feels like a new level of Chinese luxury trying to prove a point. Now here's where things get wild. The U8 has 4 electric motors and a battery plus a range extender engine, producing over 100 horsepower combined. 0 to 100 km in about 3.6 seconds. In a 3.5-ton SUV? That's ridiculous. On pavement, the acceleration punches you in the chest. But what's even crazier is the off-road capability. Each motor controls 1 wheel independently, so it can literally perform a tank turn on the spot. And yes, it actually works. It spins around like a tank. You've probably seen it go viral online. The suspension is adjustable. It has locking diff simulation, crawl control, and it can even keep driving if 1 wheel is blown out. The biggest flex? It can literally float for a short time in the event of a flood or water crossing. BYD calls it emergency float mode. It's not a boat, but it can survive a flood, which is honestly insane. Does it feel sporty? Not really, it's too heavy, but it feels unstoppable. This is less of a driver's SUV and more like a high-tech survival vehicle for rich people. The tech in this SUV is probably the most futuristic I've seen in any production car right now. The U8 has sensors everywhere, LiDAR, radar, hundreds of cameras giving it level 3+ autonomous capability in China. The screens are running BYD's own OS and everything feels smooth and sharp. The voice assistant actually works well better than Tesla's, honestly. You also get weird features like a drone mode, like yes, you can control a drone from the car, a fragrance system, face recognition for driver profiles, and gesture controls. It can park itself, drive itself in traffic, and has a crazy 22-speaker surround sound system that literally vibrates the seats. One thing that blew my mind, the chassis can automatically level itself if the car is tilting dangerously, and it can detect water depth in real time so it knows when to activate float mode. Of course, all this tech comes with a learning curve. It's easy to get lost in menus, but the overall impression, this SUV feels more like a concept car that somehow made it into production. It's excessive, but also kind of genius. Now the price. The Yangwang U8 starts around 50,000 USD in China, and fully loaded it's closer to $190,000. That's basically Range Rover, Mercedes G-Class or fully loaded BMW iX territory. So this is not a budget option at all. So is it worth that kind of money? If you care about brand prestige, BMW and Mercedes still carry more weight globally. The U8 is still a BYD product, even if it's a new sub-brand, and many people might hesitate to drop 180K on a brand they don't fully trust yet. But in terms of pure features, power, tech, shock value, this thing offers more than any of the European rivals at the same price. The question is, do you want a proven luxury badge? Or do you want the most outrageous, over-engineered SUV on the planet? Personally, I think the U8 is amazing, but it's also a flex. It's for people who want to show that they have money and they love tech. In terms of value, if you actually use the tech and off-road capabilities, it's insane. If not, it might feel like too much. So after all of this, would I buy the Yangwang U8? Honestly, if I had that kind of money and I wanted something unique, futuristic and insane, yes, I actually might. But only if I was comfortable being that person who drives a giant Chinese monster that floats on water and spins like a tank. If you want traditional luxury and global prestige, a Range Rover or Mercedes G-Class still makes more sense. But if you want to be part of the future or flex your tech obsession, the U8 is like nothing else on the road. What do you think? Is the Yangwang U8 brilliant or just overkill? Would you pay 150,000 plullies for a Chinese super SUV or stick with the European classics? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear your thoughts because this car is controversial, and I know people will either love it or call it a joke. If you enjoyed this honest, no sponsor review, hit the like button, subscribe for more crazy car content, and share this video with someone who loves weird, wild automotive engineering. This is the Yangwang U8, and I still can't believe it's real.